If there's one issue that can bring Democrats and Republicans together, it's UFOs.
Why is the military and the government not just being honest with us? Why are they overclassifying it? Why aren't they being transparent?
They keep telling us they don't exist, but they block every opportunity for us to get a hold of the information to prove that they do exist. And we're going to get to the bottom of it, dadgummit, whatever the truth may be. We're done with the cover-up.
Dadgummit. The House Oversight Committee announcing a hearing with actual eyewitnesses for what the government calls UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. And the Biden administration this week admitting that these things are having an actual impact on our military.
Some of these phenomena, we know, have already had an impact on our training ranges for, when pilots are out trying to do training in the air and they see these things, they're not sure what they are, and it can have an impact on their ability to perfect their skills. There's something our pilots are seeing.
That's reassuring. Joining me now is Jeremy Corbell, investigative journalist and co-host of Weaponized. It's a podcast that explores the unexplained. Jeremy, what do we know about some things that pilots are seeing that I guess are interfering even with training missions?
Well, our government knows a lot about them, but the public does not. And the issue is really, it doesn't matter where these machines are from. We know they outpace, outmaneuver, and overperform any of our weaponry. We know they're not China. We know they're not Russia. We know they're not ours. So what we're looking to do is avoid strategic surprise. It doesn't matter where UFOs are from. What matters is we don't have a 360 view of what's going on in our airspace for the safety of our pilots, but also for the safety of America. So that's what this hearing is about, this unprecedented hearing, unlike anything that has ever come before.
Well, a lot of the skeptics are saying, well, this is new technology that's coming from China or Russia. And Congressman Burchett had a really good retort to that claim.
If Russia owned it, they wouldn't be battling in Ukraine. It'd be over. China, they would control us. Even they pretty much do now, but even more so. It's either something that's extraterrestrial or something that we have in our skunk works and listen to the pilots. It defies all of our laws of physics. The human body would not be able to withstand the pressure from this thing. It's beyond belief.
Jeremy, I just want to hear more and more and more on this. I mean,
yeah,
this
look,
is just
all
wild.
of America, the whole world is fascinated by this because guess what? UFOs have been a part of the human experience since before there was even a Pentagon or a Department of Defense. So this idea that it's just some technology built by another unknown nation, it doesn't hold water. So the question is, who's operating this craft? What's the intent? How do they have these performance capabilities? It's really important to understand this is not a new topic. You go all the way back to presidencies way back in the day, and people ran on tickets to tell the truth about UFOs. So it's about time, and we're getting closer and closer with every day. These hearings are historic. Firsthand, direct eyewitnesses, people that have actually engaged UFOs in combat situations, even training. So that's what we're going to see come next week.
Jeremy, can you explain for us, to the extent that you know this, how are these operating, from what they can understand, that defy the laws of physics, to put the pressure on a regular human pilot that would be unsustainable by the human body? Explain that.
Right. So that's a huge story, but essentially it has to do with the propulsion systems themselves. What I can tell you is what we're observing, not how it works. That's what we need to find out. What we're observing are objects that can go what they call transmedium, from space to air to sea, without any inertial effect. So they're able to go at right angle turns at thousands of miles an hour. This is something that we have radar footage, satellite footage of. The public deserves to know this exists. And then the question becomes, whose are they?
Well, doesn't it seem that we've been hearing about the pieces of things that seem like aircraft that have been recovered and are being examined somewhere, but we don't know? We think it's like the night of the museum. Like there's all these things that are talking to each other in the middle of the night. I know there's a movie about that. But where are these items? I'm not going to say spacecraft, but where are these vehicle pieces?
Senator Harry Reid pointed the finger at Lockheed, but there are a number of these holding facilities, and I hope we hear more about that when it comes to the hearings, because those places have been told to Arrow and other organizations.
All right, Jeremy, great to see you tonight. We cannot wait for this hearing. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.